Hello, this is Catherine and Tanya from the Twin Flame Mystique 1111. Thank you for joining us, and if you are joining us again, thank you for returning. Now, we are going to talk about the December 2019 Ascension Symptoms that have been kicking our booty. So that's what we're going to be talking about. What I wanted to...
And our channel messages.
Yes, of course, because we do. That's what we do. We are psychic mediums, so we do channel messages of the divine. And we are twin flames in union, so whenever we do speak of symptoms, we do our readings, we do it through the collective of the divine and of the feminine together. But this is more in general, I believe, for all of us that are having these symptoms. Wow. I just wanted to say that, start off with that we believe that the retrogrades bring out the symptoms, right?
Yes.
They bring out our symptoms of, and that the symptoms that are emotional and of our mental instabilities, they become our dark nights of the soul.
Yeah, what we need to heal.
Yes, exactly. And those are connected to depression, anxiety,
Pain.
Yes, loneliness,
Pain.
yes, our awareness and perceptions, like our physical bodies, are trying to adapt to the changes in frequency and of the dimensions, of different dimensions and higher dimensions. So every symptom is attached to perceptions needing to be healed and released. So the longer that you resist or not in the knowing of what is needing to be healed, the longer the ascension symptoms last.
And the more painful they are.
Yes, pain, exactly, the more painful they are. And for that, I just wanted to give a little example. So, like, for instance, the restless legs. Okay, restless legs is one of the ascension symptoms. You know, it's just awful. You can't sleep at night.
That's what I've had.
Yes,
it was terrible.
Yes,
Tingly and restless leg, feels like energy or electricity is like maybe not even either moving through them or just stuck, and it won't like go anywhere, and it's just miserable. It's like almost having the flu, so I guess maybe kind of like ascension flu, maybe.
Right. Yes. See, and then the restless legs, that's attached to
the root
healing,
chakra.
Yes, of the base chakra, the root chakra.
And you need to ground.
Exactly.
And
ground. Yes, when that is
to
happening.
Help out. Yeah, to you have to ground that energy. And when you do so, when you go outside, because that's the best way, you need to call in your elementals.
Yes.
To help you with your grounding.
Yes.
And as far and use a grounding crystal.
Yes, absolutely.
So you can explain to them how to do that.
Right. Well, yes, you find a grounding crystal that calls to you, or that you are intuitively being called to, and charge your crystal. Give an intention for your grounding. Okay. And or hug a tree, go to the beach, take a hike, hug a tree. That's right. That's what I do.
Just put your hands and your feet bare in the dirt, soil, sand, rocks, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, grass.
Right.
That you have.
Right. Or if you're barefoot in your home, and you can sit and do a grounding meditation as well. Yeah. That'll work as well.
Because it's cold in some parts of the world.
Exactly.
Not here, but...
Yeah, exactly. So, so that's the example there on symptoms that are how they're attached to certain perceptions that are needing to be healed and released. Also, if you're having the symptoms of apathy and not being motivated to make things happen. So when you're in this lull, so to speak, it's a time of resting. Okay, it's really what it is. So try not to make anything more of what, any more of it than just like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything. Why am I? Okay, you're not doing anything because Spirit is making you rest, taking some time out. Because if you're going through these ascension symptoms, you are anchoring into a higher frequency. And in that higher frequency, you're anchoring into higher dimensions, okay? So as you're in a time of resting, okay, not doing anything and being lazy, it's all right. Spirit is actually having you practice being aligned for an effortless manifestation dimension, which is the higher dimensions. The manifestation is effortless when you are in those higher, when you are in that higher frequency and in those dimensions. So that is our explanation and what we're experiencing of the symptoms. And also with the feeling of the feeling flighty, forgetful, that's also needing to ground as well. So let's say you walk into the kitchen, you were on your way to the kitchen, you get into your kitchen and you're like, oh my, what did I come in here for? Yeah, that forgetfulness, that is, you're needing to ground. You're needing to ground, in other words, anchor into the higher frequency, into that dimension, that higher dimension.
Let's talk about weight gain.
Oh yes, weight gain. Okay, so here are some symptoms. No, yeah, I know she's not. So weight gain and weight loss. All right, so you have your unexplained weight loss, which is a good thing, right? Yeah. So
haven't experienced that yet.
Right. But also the weight gain. Okay, here is our experience with the weight gain through these ascension symptoms, okay? When you are anchoring in these higher frequencies and then you are having a daily practice of meditation, okay, in your awareness, then that means you're channeling. So whenever you're channeling, you're using up a lot of energy, right? So it's draining of you. And how do you replenish your energy is you're snacky.
You crave sugar.
Your carbs. You're needing that to replace, whatever energy you've released. And it's like when you're gaining weight, it's like, like...
Oh, well, it protects, I can't think of the name of that chakra.
The solar
plexus. Yeah, it's supposed to protect. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you gain a lot of weight in the midsection, that's what that is. So it's protecting. Okay.
During the ascension process, not for your whole life.
Excellent. I get that. Yeah. I get that. Okay. So our solar plexus is being protected right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm hibernating for the winter.
Yeah.
So for snacky, eat. Okay.
Eat high protein food.
Yes, high protein is good.
Stay away from the sugar.
Unless you are, in a vegetarian.
No, you can still have high protein and a vegetarian. Legumes and beans.
Oh, that's right.
And
nuts.
Soy
nuts.
products.
Yeah.
And,
that's true.
All those fake meat products, whatever they have now. That we should be eating, but we're not.
because we're protecting our solar plexus in the midsection.
We're doing a good job of that.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. Anyway.
So what else do you have? What other symptoms are you wanting to go over
okay,
there?
so along with the root chakra that's
The restless legs
doing whatever it's doing, there's been like these very intense heart chakra
yes
activations and very intense sexual energy.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, that is needing to be, now that you can take care of that by grounding. So there are, and grounding through sex, that also takes you into, people will there are people that use sex magic, their manifestation.
To manifest,
Yeah, to manifest.
But there's a caveat there about using not the sex magic, but using sex to ground if you're not with a
absolutely
twin or high vibe soulmate or partner or
right. If you're doing that with
something,
karmic,
you just have to be very careful.
You're doing that in reverse.
Yeah,
exactly.
because
you will meet resistance.
Yeah, because you're gonna just get more etheric chords right. And
exactly.
So like going out just to have sex, which
because you're needing to
ground it's
that way. Yeah, it's
really not.
It's not.
It's really not. It will
you're
cause
better
more
off
problems.
Going through you're better off just
masturbation. Yeah,
that's it. You are. You really are. If you're not going to be like she said.
And you can always send that sexual energy to your twin.
You sure can.
Just saying.
That's right.
You can, and yeah, I mean, and that is sex magic, and you can use it to manifest. But just be very careful, because if you do it with the wrong person, not only could you get 3D diseases, but it's just not healthy for the soul.
It's not.
Because you form attachments.
Right.
And
you'll meet resistance.
Yeah.
You'll meet resistance through those attachments.
I can't have any fun anymore for some people.
I know.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay. What other ascension? Okay,
well,
the heart chakra.
Yes. Oh, Lord. I know I need to do a lot of heart chakra work still that I'm working on. So that probably has a lot to do with mine. But I'm pretty sure the collectives probably experience.
Yes, that's what we've been
self-love and
self-care. That's repetitive.
And the thing is that if you ignore these things, they just get so much worse.
Yes, and the symptoms will continue.
Yeah, because if you ignore it, spirit will make sure that you are not able to
function.
Exactly.
Until you.
You know what? You're gonna take care of this, or we're gonna make your life miserable.
Yeah.
Until you do.
Yes. Yep. And another ascension symptom is that I want to talk about is seeing things out of the corner of our eyes.
Oh, the coexistence with the other beings,
with
in the fourth and the fifth dimension, other dimensions, whatever. But yeah, it's like the veil went from thin to it doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because because in these ascension energies, you're anchoring into that higher dimension, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That higher frequency. So there is no veil, because now you're where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Your energy is...
They've been there all along. Just because you're
just
seeing them.
Been over here.
Yeah, just because you're just now seeing them doesn't mean that they've never existed until now. But it can be scary, especially to people that have not ever really experienced that.
Absolutely.
Or cannot recall experiencing that.
Right.
Like, it's kind of pretty much new to me. It happens in, spirit's not going to throw something at you that you're not at least somewhat ready for.
That's true. That's true.
Because that could cause a lot of a lot of problems.
It can.
Even mental illness, because
absolutely,
if you're thinking, well, that you're seeing something everybody else doesn't believe you, but you really are,
right?
And they try to convince you that you're crazy, then you might actually think that you are, but you're not.
Right. And the 3D, okay.
You just need to know how to process it properly.
Right.
For the new ones that are coming in,
that are in this higher,
they're just starting to awaken and just starting to, or even the ones that have been like this for maybe their whole lives, but tried to ignore it or
don't have that circle of others, that circle of support in the
soul family.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, the soul family.
So it's important to reach out to people.
Very important.
It's essential. I mean,
it is.
You can't just do it. I mean, you can the hermit mode is useful in certain circumstances, but you have to reach out and talk to other people too.
Yes, you do.
And you'll know when you need to.
Right.
So make sure you talk to the right people, not
exactly.
The muggles, as we call them.
If you're a Harry Potter fan, that's what we call them, as the muggles. Poor souls, because they don't know. But see, in the 3D,
they'll never know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why in the 3D, there's so much fear of seeing, shadow entity, and so much fear of seeing, in which they're aliens, but and seeing aliens or seeing anything in the corner
people
of our
not
eye.
from this planet. Let's just say that, or beings
something
not from
that
this
is
planet.
not right. Exactly, something that's not human. Anything other than human. There's so much fear into it. Whenever there shouldn't be, because that's what
they
they're
don't
going to
know
get in
that.
return. But they don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the 3D, it's called what? Paranormal activity.
It's not paranormal. It's
exactly.
Completely normal.
It's completely
it just
normal.
appears paranormal to them.
Right.
They don't know about it.
Because they don't know that the separation that they're calling it in the veil is being just that other dimension, just a higher dimension. So that is what we've been hearing a lot from others as well. And then on top of that, the time warps, okay?
Oh, Lord.
That also, the synchronicities, the time warps, and that was happening. That happened to us Thanksgiving holiday on our trip. It took us...
We shouldn't have gone to Oklahoma.
I know. We were up North Texas visiting, spending a holiday with Tanya's father, and we drove, half an hour, and it took, about that long just to cross the Texas border over into Oklahoma. And
we had to find the bridge.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a small bridge going to not even a town. It was like a store just right across the border into Oklahoma.
And
it was creepy.
Yeah, so then we started feeling the resistance of the energy, Spirit saying,
get out.
Y'all should be here. Yeah, exactly. Get out.
And the 3D people were saying, y'all should be here.
Y'all should be here. So when we drove back, 5 minutes. When it took us 30 minutes to get there, we went back the same way. And we were back in 5 minutes.
And the thing is that I grew up in this North Texas town, so I'd been all over there like a million times, and I don't remember passing any of the lamb. I was like, how did we get here all of a sudden? Like, we didn't even pass anything.
Yeah.
And I remember, it was like all of a sudden we were just there.
Yeah. And
it took us forever to get Spirit saying, well, y'all don't need to be going over. Why are you trying to go there?
Right.
Our dumbasses went on the way to go anyway, and then Spirit's like, okay, well, now you're done. Come on, you need to get back.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's not a good place.
And got us back quick. Oh, what was it that Mayaya was talking about?
Who?
Mayaya. Mayaya.
She was
telling us also about her experience with
she was talking about for Toys for Tots, I think,
Oh,
wrapping like 200 presents and never running out of wrapping paper.
Yes. That is something else.
That's like Jesus with the fishes and the loaves.
Yes, it
like
is.
Never running out.
Yeah, that's how I love to cook like that too. You know, and that is being when you're in this higher dimension, okay, these higher dimensions.
Well, time doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
You know.
And the manifestation is instant. It is instant. See, and this is what they were doing. Both of them also being very high vibing, okay, intuitives. They were collaborating together in their manifestation as they were both wrapping gifts for the Toys for Tots. She said they were wrapping about 150 gifts.
200.
But 200 gifts with only one roll of tape, right?
And like
and
three
rolls of wrapping paper. That's it. And
wrapping paper
but
could not possibly be that big.
Yeah, exactly. But together they were making it stretch. They were
making it work.
They were co-creating, co-manifesting. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. So this is what is happening with in these ascension energies. So
and a lot of these things, it's like most of you guys, you've been through this before. You felt this before.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's so much better to know that there's other people going through it too.
Yes.
And that it's a normal thing. It's not just you.
Right.
You know, and so if you want to comment and talk about your ascension symptoms, that would be awesome. Because, you know, these are just a few, really.
Right. And this is, you know, and
just what we've experienced.
This is what we've experienced. Oh, the itchiness, right? Remember? The scratching and the itching? Feels like, I felt like if I had ants on me.
I thought that was from the cat.
The cat, oh yeah.
The cat that's been dead for years.
No, the cat with my eye. Yes, my eyes. I have a cat allergy, and she has a cat spirit that's been coming around that we attracted, being in a higher dimension and being in her dimension now, where she is pure energy.
I have a lot of little attachments.
Yes, you do.
I have a house full of pets and people and all kinds of stuff. Being a law enforcement, like, there's no telling where they all came from, honestly.
Well, we do pick them up along the way. And especially being, you know, when you are a psychic witchy poo, then yes, they're going to see your light and say, oh, okay.
That, and plus, since you're the actual medium that talks to dead people, which I'll just say it like that, you know, they'll follow, whatever. Yes. They'll follow me home. Or
come and talk to me.
Yeah, that's just creepy. I mean, you know.
Yeah. And then they won't let me sleep. So.
And then that keeps me awake.
Yes, absolutely. But
Spirit's funny.
Yes. Hilarious.
You're right. 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Shut.
That's another thing with these ascension symptoms too, is waking up at like the same time every night.
And not just that. Well, 3 in the morning is pretty typical because that's the time when the bell is thinnest, around that time.
Or when you are able to, meaning that you're able to be in that higher dimension because of
and then another thing, well, like with us, with the, you know, like
your sleep state.
Me, I've had just exhaustion for no reason, just exhaustion, and I wake up and my body hurts and I'm tired and I'm grumpy. Yeah. And I can't. Sometimes I can kind of remember, but it's like our dreams are not really dream. We're doing work in our sleep.
That's right.
So you're basically not getting any sleep because you're always working.
You're always doing something. Yeah.
You know, in the other dimensions or.
Right, and that's why, and it's so important also to psychically protect every day. That's something that we preach all the time. Psychically protect day and night. Or let's say you are in an environment that you are feeling like you're needing to protect, okay, yourself, and you just want to just leave. You just don't like the energies, you know.
Or they're just very draining.
Yeah. That's what that is. When you are aware, when you are awakened, and you are in, your energy resides in higher frequencies, your sleep, you're working now. Mm-hmm. You are working now.
Sure.
Your dreams are, they're spirit visitation and spirit work.
And especially, like, for me, I'll have dreams, and they'll be full of people that I don't even know. Don't just random people.
That's when your soul is going to school.
Exactly.
You're working.
Well, apparently I need to go to school a lot. Because,
or you're hanging out in the
like I'm there every
like
night. So. With all these people.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So.
And the out-of-body experience. I never had that. But I had a couple a while back. And
yes, you have.
They were pretty scary.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like, well, I felt like I was awake, but I wasn't. And I was in the house, and there was all these people. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't recognize any of them. I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Y'all need to leave. And then I was shown that, no, we don't. I was like, okay, well then we'll just behave. And then
we will cohabitate here in this dimension now.
And then I just remember trying to turn over in the bed because I could feel people behind me, and I was like struggling and flailing. And of course, I wasn't moving, but I thought I was struggling and I couldn't move. And it's because my etheric body, my light body, wasn't even in my 3D body.
Right.
And that was scary because I never
experienced that.
No, I think it'd be scary every time.
For me, it was the norm since I was a kid. And
I don't like it.
Fly, and that's what that was.
It was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. If you experience that, it's not really anything to be scared of. It's just something to have knowledge of, so that you don't panic,
right?
And think that you're dying if that does happen, and if that's never happened,
right?
Because it probably will.
Yep. Well, what other? Well, in talking about the Ascension Symptoms, there's so many. There's migraines. There's having a lot of sinus pressure. Having you're not having allergies, right? But you're still having allergy symptoms. Oh yeah, crown. Your third eye is aching. Your brain, I'll feel the sides of my brain. It'll just tingling, cool.
One of the things that hot flashes too.
Oh, hot and cold flashes. Oh my God, I thought
not because we're
not menopause. No.
Well, it might be.
No, it's not.
Just kidding.
Okay, look, we're not doctors, so if you're going through. This is very important, that if you're going through Ascension Symptoms that you have any doubt about, and hey, go see a doctor.
Yeah, please.
Most importantly,
you have to rule that out. You have to rule that out first. If it's something
to have your peace.
Alarming.
That's right.
Yeah.
To have your peace. Rule that out first, okay? You're still grounded in the 3D like that. Go and do it. And then if not, because that has happened to me many times. Is I go in because of something, and then they're like,
"There's something wrong with you."
There's something wrong with you. And then I go home. Oh, okay. Now I know.
Yeah.
I need to do the work on that. So all right. So then I get started with grounding, meditation, psychic protection, all of that.
So if you go to the doctor and they say there's nothing wrong with you, and
now you know what's wrong.
That
there's nothing wrong.
And they say, "Oh, you're crazy." No, you're the one who's crazy because I'm doing all this stuff and you don't even know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm doing all this work. You just
yes, exactly. You're awakened.
I'm not even from this.
You're in the awakening.
My DNA is much larger than yours.
That's right. And you know what? Okay. And then these Ascension Symptoms, this is all having to do with your crystalline body.
Yeah,
okay?
your light body.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
It's an adjustment.
Yes.
It's an adjustment.
Yes.
And it's not
thank you.
As much as I would love for it to be painless and comfortable, it's not.
It's not. It's not, because it's making you look into
going
in.
That was another thing that you said too, that I actually wrote down from earlier, that we are withdrawn like in hermit stage right now.
Yes, we are.
To make internal space.
That's right. Right, to make that space. Absolutely. Yep.
I'm not sure what that means, so you might want to explain it.
For the what I was channeling something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
That's
worst days.
That happens a lot, actually.
Yes, see, that's
she'll
an
channel
Ascension
stuff.
symptom.
She'll forget.
It's
So I'll write it down.
Symptom. Yes.
I'll bring it up later. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never said that. Yeah, you did. You saw my deceased dog came and visited. You described him to a T, but you don't remember it. And you told me everything that happened in his whole life.
That's right. That's right. That's what I do. So with the Ascension symptoms and our crystalline body, yes, very important to allow them, anchor them in.
Self-care.
Not
self-medicate.
Self-care. No, self-care. Self-love.
Maybe a glass of wine every now and then.
Yeah, red. That's what the doctor said. 1 a day.
Really?
3. Maybe 4.
Not 3. I said red. Red wine?
Red.
Oh.
Yes, red wine.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense. It's very healthy. Very good.
Yes, it is.
In moderation.
Yes, everything in moderation. So I guess that's going to conclude our video of having to do with the Ascension energies or Ascension symptoms. And please comment below and share with us the symptoms that you've been having.
And how you fix them.
Right.
Because we're always wanting to know, learn new things. And
how everyone else
maybe your way is better.
Anchoring them in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what we're all here. We're all teachers and students of each other.
Yep.
All of us. And please subscribe as well. And of course, if you'd like to have a personal reading about where you are on your ascension and dimension through the dimension.
If you want to know what dimension
symptoms.
You're in,
yes, there you go.
We'll give you a reading.
Yes. That's another symptom too. I forget what I'm saying.
Yeah. You've always kind of been like
yes. So, all right. Well, with that, we will let you go. And thank you again for tuning in to Twin Flame Mystique 1111. Thank you.
Bye.